Let me speed her up.
All right, you guys, I'm so excited about this episode. I am sitting across from somebody who I should mention is extremely jealous of me, and I'll let you listen to what he had to say to me in his own words at his recent show.
And I was even nominated to be Anti-Semite of the Year 2024, but I didn't get it. I didn't win. You know who won last year Anti-Semite of the Year? Candace Owens, yes, Candace Owens. Yeah. King DI. Some liberal woke They had to give it to a black woman. Yeah, but this year, you know who got the Anti-Semite of the Year this year? Yeah, Tucker Carlson. Yeah, white power, Josh. Yeah, baby. Yes, yeah, baby. Yeah, yes. Yeah, the planet is healing. And actually, one of the nominees for Anti-Semite of the Year this year was Miss Rachel. Imagine you and Miss Rachel having one thing in common, and that thing is anti-Semitism.
The world has gone a little bit ridiculous. I do have to say that's one of my favorite accounts.
It's like super fast. Hold on. Let me slow it down. My goodness. I was trying to speed it up because it's 1:48. Oh, my head. Let me give it a break for my head start throbbing. Don't distract me. I still got to get a quote. I would consider myself a little late. I went to get good phones. I like that. A part of kindness consists in loving people more than they deserve. That's a tough one. More than they even deserve. You know damn you don't deserve this love, but you know what? Gotta be kind. I like it. I'll take it. Positivity vlog. I believe I am on number 17. Okay, it's 17. It's 17. Go to the playlist. It's 17. Okay. Okay. Is anybody pending to be released? No, everybody's released. Okay. 17. All right. A second. Candace, please go.
Because I feel like it's Forbes 30 under 30. Like every time they mention anybody there, I'm like, oh, I should be following this person.
Yeah.
They're, what is it, Stop Anti-Semitism? It's never anti-Semitism. The count is a parody of itself. But I do want to say it wasn't DEI. I think I just performed better in 2024 than you did.
I'm just jealous.
Yeah, you're jealous.
I'm bringing my jealousy to the show. I'm bringing my jealousy to Nashville, and I'm just very upset that I didn't win. That would be like the award that I would have really deserved.
I know, and you tried to get all of your people to vote for her, and like you tried to skip the system. I didn't even ask people to vote for me. I won it fair and square, in large part thanks to the fact that I was fired from Daily Wire that year.
Yeah.
And you had a little something to do with it.
Did I?
You did,
How come?
actually. This is a story that I've never told.
Okay.
But I think you had something to do with it, but I was not allowed after I had watched you, and we should show that clip in a little bit, but you were my wake-up call to what was happening in Gaza. So I watched you, the clip went crazy viral. You were with Piers Morgan, and this is why comedians are the best, because you were not fighting, you were agreeing with him. It was dark humor, and you held up a chart and asked what the going exchange rate was for Palestinians. And you were like, I agree with Ben Shapiro. No, I agree. No, obviously we gotta kill these sons of BITCHs, and here's what we did this year, and this year, and this is how many of them had to die. And seeing that chart and going, wait a second, what is going on? Why are this many Palestinians dying? Woke me up to the fact that there was a huge part of the conversation I wasn't aware of. And so I went to my producer at the time and I said, we should get this guy on. He's going viral. I don't know who he is, but like I really would like to like just hear the other side. And my producer ran it up the chain and came back to me and said, we are not allowed to have Bassem Youssef on. And I said, that's weird. Why? And the answer I got was because you hurt Ben's feelings. I'm not kidding. She got it in writing.
I heard Ben. Ben. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ben. I hurt you. Did I hurt your feeling? I'm so sorry. I hurt your feeling. Here's the thing about Ben. I'm gonna say this in all honesty. I think Ben Shapiro is a very, very, very talented individual.
Okay.
Because he's a very
Look at
confident
Candy's face.
liar. He just lies very easily, and he lies so good that I feel ashamed that I can't believe him. You know, and the thing is, he's a fast talker. Right?
Hold on, let me fix it.
He's
Let me fix it over here while I'm trying to fix the video.
because facts cannot catch up. He's just like
They never catch up.
he talks. You know how fast he talks. He's like a robotic frog. And actually, if you hear like Ben Shapiro, it's like someone actually sped up the voice. Actually, if you slow him down, you'll get a normal voice. Because as he speaks very quickly, the truth is still buffering. Yeah, and I'm actually like I'm very surprised that I heard Ben feeling, because Ben says like the facts don't care about your feeling.
Yeah, well,
But with Ben, they don't care about the truth either.
Yeah, and so that's one of the things is he never actually debates adults. And so it was a time where I genuinely wanted to learn more. Because I was astonished by what the chart that you had showed. And I was going, whoa, I've been to Israel. I've been in the orbits. How did I just miss this entire thing? And surely there must be something else. And once I host a debate or have a discussion, then I will see the Israeli way and be able to better defend my positions. And then I very quickly learned that you're not allowed to go down that path. You're not allowed to start asking meaningful questions. And then, of course, I did become really hateful. I tweeted, genocide is always wrong.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
How could you?
No, just
Genocide is always wrong. Every single word of this is is ground to fire. But here's the thing: I have three different stories about Ben Shapiro to show how talented he is about changing the facts in real time.
Okay.
The first story happened very recently in Turning Point USA when a young kid came up, like a gentleman. He said he started asking about the bombing of the USS Liberty, and the way that Ben Shapiro answered. He was just lying through his teeth very quickly, and he started to say, "Well, there has been an investigation, and it was obviously wrong, and it was obvious, and it was proved beyond any doubt that it was a mistake. It wasn't. There was a lot of investigation where they were actually crew of the USS Liberty were threatened. They had a gag order. They couldn't talk. And you know the beauty about this is that
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it.
I'm gonna get through as much of this little interview as I possibly can sustain. It's my charger head. I'm gonna try to get through as much as I possibly can. It's an hour and 48 minutes. Even just when I saw it, I was like, oh, I don't know if I don't know if I have that much attention span in me, Candace. But I forgot, she did say yesterday, that was my bad. She did say he was going to be on here today, so that was totally my bad. Totally my bad. I'll just be sitting here letting stuff just die. No charger, nothing charging, phones, computers, nothing. And then I get off live and then everything is dead and I'm like, oh my God. And it's like, no. Phone be on 12%. Laptop be on 10%. She's on 92 right now. The iPad is. Like I said, I'm gonna try to see. I'm gonna do my best, obviously, to like see how far I can get in this interview. It may not be that bad, it's just when I think about the time.
Meet base.
But just an update. You know what? I'm gonna go get these clothes out of the dryer. Cause see, I'm multitasking. Obviously, I mean, come on now. You know who you're talking to. I'm gonna go get these clothes out the dryer. Because my timer is about to go on. I just wanted to come on, go live. You know, what they say, be a productive member of society. Nothing major. I was so busy, I had ended up retwisting Christian's hair. I missed the premiere of Homeless in Atlanta, season 1, episode 1. I was so busy, I missed my own premiere. Now, let me go and get these clothes out the dryer. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. This is what happens when you let people jump around in your chair. Oh, it's cold in the garage, Lord.
For 15 years, Israel fought this tooth and nail, and they finally paid compensation. You know how much did they pay? $6 million for damages in the USS Liberties and $6 million for the victims of the USS Liberty. This is the value of USS soldiers that were killed in that. And you can see him as he was debating the kid, that he was just making things up. It was already proven, it was already behind the bridge, it's the past. That's the first one. The second time, he was on the morning show with Charlemagne the God. And Charlemagne asked him, did Israel commit genocide? And he started going through this Jordan Peterson word salad style, just speaking very quickly, having like big talking. This is not a genocide because they intended. And then you can see Charlemagne looking at him as like, that motherfucker is lying, but I cannot say how. You know, he's looking at it like, this guy is lying to me, but he cannot pinpoint it. The next day, Mehdi Hassan came on the show, and he went through details why is Israel committing genocide. But if you're there and he's speaking too fast, you don't know what he's saying, so you cannot respond. And the third story is my favorite, because this was a premeditated, manipulative lie. He talks a lot about how Hamas uses the aid from the European Union to create weapons, right? That's his whole thing. And then he brought in a video with Hamas and the Palestinian authorities in Gaza digging out water pipes and say, you see, these are the water pipes that were put in by the EU, and this is Hamas extracting them and making weapons from them. The beauty about this clip, that this clip had an Arabic narration, it has Hamas officials talking over it, and they said that they discovered water pipes inside, like being dug from inside Israel to steal their water. So when they discovered it, they dug it out and they used it as weapons against Israel. So he took like a video, knowing exactly what their narration is, and he changed it And actually, it's like a shout out to Wadi Rashid. You actually brought like a video from him in your show before about the little malls, the little Israeli malls in the malls, if you remember. Yeah, like little spy nodes in the US malls.
That's right.
So this is like 3 examples how this guy lies intentionally. He lies with purpose. He knows exactly what he's saying, whether it was like if he's put on the spot, or he's asked a question that he has to make up, or he's making up a complete fake fact out of thin air.
Yeah.
My knees.
And if you want to have a job,
My knees make me feel old. Oh my God. Every time I bend down to pick some up. I'm like,
in the next 5 years, these are the AI rules you need to know.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't really. I always start by saying I'm going to get in trouble, but I don't really care. I think humanity just needs to be over all of this. Like the fear of telling the truth is something that is so scary to consider that so many human beings are allowing terrible things to happen because there's this like quiet fear that you'll be penalized for speaking the truth. And I just that's what I gave up in 2025. 2026 I'm not giving anybody secrets. But to your point about the USS Liberty, just to show you how far this goes in terms of protecting the secret, I hosted. Phil Turney sent me a letter. And one of the survivors of the USS Liberty. When I tell you it was the most meaningful sit down I've ever had in my life, and rarely will I say that like everyone looked like they were going to cry here when he went through and what he lived through. And you listen to him, you just know he's telling the truth. You don't even need to hear anything else. The emotionality still lives in him, and from time he was 20 and now he's 76. That he just wants the story to be told about what happened to his mates on that boat. And I did this episode with him, met him, looked him in the eye, cried with him. He gave me his Purple Heart, and then I got sued by the Daily Wire. This is after I left Daily Wire. Because during his sit-down, he brought up 2 names. During our sit-down, obviously, I have no idea what this man was going to say. It was not in his letter that he sent to me. But he looked to the camera and he said, and I'd like to call out people that are saying that this was a hoax. And he said, Charlie Kirk said something, and I'm always very close to Charlie's a friend of mine. And he was like, Ben Shapiro said something, and they sued me.
Wow.
They sued me for allowing a survivor to tell his story. And they were making a psychic argument that I put him up to it. Like I could ever be so disgusting as to manipulate a man to say something so that I could, I mean, it was, and then I had to actually call Phil after this and say, I'm going to court. And I know this is, I would never want to ask you, but like, would you be willing to testify that I didn't put you up to say something? But just to show you the extent, like to manufacture a reality that you're willing to attack this guy twice. I mean, twice. Call this guy a liar twice, and it's just I couldn't believe it. We were so far. I mean, I was being sued left and right for them for everything. But that I thought I was just like, this is, and this was Jeremy Boring at the helm of the Daily Wire.
Boring.
Yeah, he sent me that lawsuit on his birthday. As a birthday.
That's very boring.
Yeah.
Predictable. There's going to be a lot of lawsuits for this episode. Hi.
Yeah, and I gave it up last year. I said, this is crazy. This is how we got into this, to understand what's happening in Gaza, to see what Jared Kushner is doing there. This was a real estate deal. And they are what they're willing to do in America to make sure nobody remembers Palestinians. You can already see getting laws passed, how we're going to retell history. I mean, they're saying it on stage.
Yeah, like Mike Pompeo went on this thing and he said, like, the way that we're going to remember October 7th is not going to how we remember today. It's very important that people remember this as Israel being the victim because there was no victims in Gaza. And they already have. I have a friend of mine who went to the Cannes Film Festival last year, the 1 year after October 7th, and they were already have pledged over $200 million to produce TV shows, movies, in order to retell October 7th from the Israeli point of view. And they are changing history in front of us right now. And I think this is not just about what happened or what happens in Palestine. Because of how people saw the gaslighting happening in real time and how the lying is happening in real time, people now are reconsidering everything they were told about history. From World War II, to JFK, to 9/11, to the Iraq War, because we have seen an Olympic level gaslighting. Because Israel doesn't just lie to hide the truth; they lie recreationally. They just do because it's fun for them. They just and the way that they just like lie to wear you down. Because now you look at all of what is being told to us. Like, how can you believe a country that has a very lucrative history of false flags operation, right? There's actually 2 false flag operations. There's many of them. First of all, we have like the bombing of the King David Hotel in Palestine. 92 British soldiers were killed, and the people who did it were people from the Haganah gang, and they were dressed as Palestinians. 1950, 1951, there is a Jewish Israeli author called Avi Shlaim. He's an Iraqi Jew. And he wrote 3 books about the plight of the Jewish people in Iraq. And the plight of the Jewish people in Iraq was not caused by Iraqis. it was caused by the Israel and Mossad, because when they created the state of Israel, they didn't know how to bring all of these Jewish people from the Arab countries. It was easy to bring them from Europe, but they didn't. But like Jewish people in Iraq and in Egypt and Morocco lived there for hundreds of years. So they needed to push them. So 1951, Israel sends a Mossad agent, and then he leads 4 to 5 different bomb attacks on Jewish synagogues and Jewish communities. They killed their own people.
October 7th.
And yes, and that happened in Iraq. And then because of that, 150,000 Jews went in just like a year and a half to Israel. And then the same guy that Israel sent to, his name escapes me now. After Iraq, he went to Egypt. And he led the Lavon affair in 1954. And you know what's funny about the Lavon affair? After the sleeper cell, the espionage cell was discovered, Israel denied any connection to those people, of course, for 51 years. And then in 2005, they finally acknowledged it by giving the participants in the Lavon affair operation participation certificates, like an Amazon card or something. And then 1994, the bombing of the Israeli embassy in London, it was done by Mossad, and then they kind of nailed 2 Palestinians for it. 1 month after 9/11, which is the biggest full flag operation, in October 2001, there was an attack of the Mexican parliament by 2 Mossad individuals, and they were also like being they pretended to be Palestinians, but they were discovered before the bombing. So you see all, and of course we have the Bondi. The Bondi attack, I think I gave pictures to one of your producers, like Arson Ostrovsky, who's like one of those trolls on Twitter. He happened to be on October 7th, he survived October 7th, and then he posts his picture, a selfie, while he's on the floor, and he has blood all over him. That's the picture, okay, which is obviously looks fake. And then the best picture is the next picture when he's all bandaged. There's not a single point, like drop of blood on the bandage, and there's no self-respecting medic that will actually leave a face like this gentleman. They will have to clean it first. This is how can you believe a country that lies 24/7 like this? How can we take anything that they say for face value?
It's scary. It is actually scary, and I will say that. And it's that's why I think for me to try to understand it, I had to figure out what is the guiding theology here, because this is obviously not Judaism. This is like that will not kill. You can just violate that commandment over and over again, and then keep insisting that this is about I'm a Jew, I'm a Jew. And the further that I went back into history and would see how there were little edits to books, and I've now done my book club, and I encourage people to understand the founding of Hollywood, because what you're talking about is a troop of actors, performers. They were the carnies. They were gypsies. They will become whatever they have to become to amass power. And I have been like virtually pleading with the people who are Jewish and stand up against Zionism to learn this, because these people appear everywhere in different countries. They will learn languages. They will, we're Catholic today, we're this tomorrow, and it's basically what Hollywood is. If you think about it, it's one big psychological operation. All of the movies that they make sure they get into the classroom. They're brainwashing your children to believe that they're always victims, that nothing else ever happened. And then when you start to learn real history and you start to ask questions, and for me, learning more about the Bolshevik Revolution, and then going, hey, but where did all these Bolsheviks go? Bibi Milikovsky, now he wants you to think that he's just Jewish and there's nothing else to see here. No, this is, they will become whatever they have to become. They are, like, their brains are wired. It's a pathology. Their brains are wired to lie. Zionists. I've never seen anything like it. To not feel anything when you lie on people, when you smear them, people you knew, people you were friends with, people like Charlie Kirk. How quickly they can flip the switch and be guns out and want to ruin you, that is not normal. We cannot pretend that is normal.
100%. And I actually want to say something like on behalf of a lot of my Jewish friends, because they suffer from this too. A lot of my Jewish friends who see that their identity and their religion is being hijacked by a group of people who are very selfish, who just like use this as a victimization tool. It is like exactly if Muslims saw people from ISIS and Qaeda suddenly hijacking our culture, hijacking our religion, but now they have money and power to actually make this the mainstream. And a lot of my Jewish friends feel that they're silenced, they're sidelined. We have seen a lot of like Jewish artists, directors and actresses and actors, they go on and they speak up, and you see what happens, they're being called an anti-Semite the next day. One of my closest friend, Matt Lee, he's a comedian, he's a stand-up comedian. He has like a whole show called Bad Hasbro, and he just talks about like the Hasbro techniques. He told me that at the age of 26, he was like a raging liberal Zionist. And he went on a birthright trip to Israel. And then the one thing that he flipped him, he said, like, we were like a bunch of 20 years old. And then we find that the main speaker in our event was Benjamin Netanyahu, accompanied by Miriam Edelson. It's like, wait a minute, this is too much effort. This is too much effort to get this in. And then he went back and he started to read more. And he's like completely now, he's an anti-Zionist Jew. And there's many of these people, and I feel so bad that they have to it's just they can't help it that not to take many of this on themselves. That all of these stuff that those dynasty people do kind of reflect on the whole community. But there's so many people who are just like sick and tired of being grouped with those psychopaths.
Because they're not, that's what I'm saying, it's not a religion. It's a political philosophy. And that's why it's so important to separate it. Like, Zionists are just tried and true psychopaths. There's no way you could look at what's happening in Gaza, to look at what they did, how they told us they were going to do it, talking about real estate deals. I mean, you got to pull this up, Skylar, when you get a second, just some of the video footage of what Gaza looks like today, and then to look you in the face and feel nothing and say, no, that was necessary response to October 7th. There's something wrong with you. And then when they can't train people to be inhumane alongside them, the viciousness with which they attack people for being human, that's why I say I can't wrap my head around it. I actually wonder what happened to these people when they were kids. Because
if you could have an animal's ability, I want to hibernate like them polar bears, Lord. Them on sleep. If I could sleep like them polar bears.
thing inside of you has flipped. This is not like any person should have a humane response to seeing. Here we go. Some humane response to seeing what they've done. This is, and that's not even. That's like
that's before.
This is basically when they got started. I mean, they have raised this city, and
now there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
The blackmail, the Epstein stuff, the defense of Epstein, gaslighting us about Epstein, and you go, okay, it's literally, I don't care if you are Jewish, if you are Muslim, if you are Christian. I mean, obviously, I want you guys to all be Christian, but can we all unite to recognize that we have Satanists among us? Like this is a satanic philosophy that you have to be worshiping death to be okay with.
I have a question for you as a Christian.
Go ahead.
Because we just talked about a small group of people hijacking a whole faith, which is Judaism. And now, similarly, we have all of these evangelical Zionists, people who go to Israel and come back and they just like brainwash their followers in the church. And when I look at videos where inside the church, the only flag other than the American flag is the Israeli flag. And then there's a viral video clip from a documentary called Till Kingdom Comes. And the pastors are talking to the little kids. They say like, Jews are better than us. They are more special than us. They are not like us. I mean, you are a man of God. And now your mission is to tell your congregation that you are not special enough. That there's people from another religion that are more special than you. And we are basically going and giving away your life saving to the church only to have your kids listen to someone say like, hey guys, you're nothing. You're nobody. And there's other people who are more worthy than you to be holy. I don't know how that works.
Let me recalibrate my patience here. He did say he had a question. How much I'm in? 22 minutes, Lord. I ain't gonna make it. I'm just not gonna make it. I can already tell. Thank you for the thumbs up. I ain't gonna make it. I can already tell. Cause just let him finish.
I'm not evangelical, and I think for the first time, many people that are evangelical are waking up to that, and it's incredible to say that is in large part due to the Charlie Kirk assassination and us looking into the story, looking into the pastors that he surrounded himself with, and then we kind of looked into what this Calvary Chapel Church was. It's a military operation. I mean, this is literally a CIA operation. People like Rob McCoy, who was one of the pastors that purported to be close to Charlie. He wasn't. Actually, Charlie couldn't stand him toward the end, so that's another big lie that Turning Point should come out and tell the truth about. But his father ran psychological operations for the Navy. This entire church, Calvary Chapel Church, is a CIA story. A place for hippies to go. Who do you think created hippie culture? I mean, I give people the books to read. You gotta read Chaos. It's a must read. Understand what they accomplished in the 60s. LOL to anybody who thinks that suddenly a bunch of people just wanted to smoke pot and leave their families and go play guitars out in the West. I mean, the 60s, that entire decade was all about military experimenting with social engineering. And social engineering via things like the Manson murders, social social engineering via establishing churches. Everybody's welcome here. But what is the underlying goal? The underlying goal of many of these churches, too many of these churches, is to commit people to Israel. By any means necessary to believe that they will not be saved unless they worship Miriam Adelson's Netanyahu. Which is wild. Miriam Adelson's money and wealth comes from debauchery. Debauchery. I mean, what are we talking about? They built Las Vegas.
And OnlyFans.
Godly.
I went through a rabbit hole watching a lot of these pastors talking to their congregation, and it shocked me how they talk down to their own.
First of all, we need to have a moment of silence for OnlyFans. John, can we take a moment of silence for OnlyFans? See, that's your problem. You keep thinking that OnlyFans, you know, it's people on there that just be doing normal stuff. Normal stuff.
Christian congregation and tell them how special Jewish people are. And it's okay that they split on Christians. It's okay that Israel, you cannot build a single church inside Israel. Because we know God told us all of that. God has told us that Israel will be so entrenched in sin.
Please give me a break. I actually needed a break. Who was they trying to get my attention with them hearts in the chat like that?
4 million people turn processes into step-by-step guides. The hardest part of any job, I don't care where you work, is answering the same questions over and over. You're going to want to see this. That's why there's Scribe. Go to scribehow.com, click Capture, do the task once, and Scribe will create a step-by-step.
You remember me?
And it's a sign of the time.
And I don't get that many people that come in here and talk. So, yeah, of course. Of course, Seidel.
And it is our role to be next to them until God brings them back to the right path. And until that happens, it's okay to kill all of these people. It's okay to give all of your money to that entity. And if you don't bless Israel, you're going to be cursed. It is just like the mental gymnastics they use in order to bring their own people, their own Christian followers down in order to be loyal, not to God, not to Christ, but to a political entity.
Right. No, it is upside down land, but I think it's being fixed and it's being corrected. And like I said, it's in large part due to people learning the pressure that Charlie was under. And this is a person who was evangelical, he was a Zionist. He truly
I did just eat. Okay? I don't know if you dental pick after you eat. But it is mandatory. I'm talking about listen. Oh, it'd be so mandatory. Especially if you ain't got no toothbrush handy. I'm talking about, Oh no, ew. You got the cooties. I'm sorry to hear that.
And I know that you have an opinion about Charlie and the stuff that he was doing, but I can tell you that Charlie was genuine. In the same way that I always say to people, I obviously regret that I worked inside of Zionist organizations. I regret my ignorance. I shouldn't say I regret that I worked there, but I actually believe that God put me there for a reason, because I had to see it from the inside, and I can give people now clarity on how these things work. But I regret that I was ignorant about what was happening in Gaza. And I think...
Child, you know they backdoored us about that snow. Don't bring it up, because you know my kids, they still talking about it. I think it's gonna snow this weekend or something. I'm like, we got some ice. We ain't get no snow down here in Atlanta. But we did get some little icicles. That's all we got. So I don't know why they was clearing out the grocery stores. The snow is almost gone already. I mean, it's some people that really did get some snow now. I just know we didn't get any. Nothing. I don't know why they was doing all that. I mean, I don't understand about that ice. Now, that ice is very, I'm talking about, it's them going down the stairs for me. Oh my goodness, them CCTVs. And them people going down the stairs, falling, sleeping on that snow, on that ice. Whew. There go my kids. Can we go out there and play with the ice? Don't fall on your face. Listen, People come in. If you talk, you talk. If you don't, I totally understand. But see, that's what people don't realize. You have to find something to do when you live stream it, or else people won't talk to you in the chat. They'll just be coming in here looking at you. I'm like, okay, well, let me make sure I find me something to eat because I will be hungry. Let me make sure I find me something to watch because I will get bored. But trust me, I get it all the time, and I'm streaming on two channels. Imagine that. Imagine that. They still just be sitting there looking at you. Exactly. Or else I get harassed. Or else I will get harassed. Y'all, if you don't cut that subscriber mode on, ooh, you'll just get random people coming in here talking crazy. I'm like, oh, I have to protect my energy, honey. I don't need that. I don't need that. You can't come in here talking crazy. Talking sideways like you know me, like we know each other. I'm like, I have to protect my peace. Subscribe first and then say hello. Don't come in here talking crazy. Say hello. Happy Thursday or something. But see, look, I do talk. I do engage with the chat. But I'm like, if I can't, what if I just sit here and be staring at the screen and nobody comes in here and talk? What? What in the world? But you know what? I've live streamed before. Look, I've live streamed before. Obviously, back on YouTube, you know, like 2018, 2017. But then, when YouTube was like, oh, you need 1,000 subscribers to go live now. We had to scour the planet to try to figure out where we was going to live stream. And when I tell you, oh my goodness, we was over there on Facebook at one time. This was before you could live stream on Instagram. But we was over there on Facebook one time. Ooh, we had went over there to that Tagged, that BLK. We was over there on WorldStar. Look, that was back when don't raise my blood pressure talking about that WorldStar. You know, WorldStar, I think they had live streaming for like maybe 6 months to a year or something like that. What was that? 2021? No, 2021, 2022. It was like 2022-ish. 2021, 2020. I think it was 2022, 2023. It was somewhere around there, y'all. But we was over there live streaming on WorldStar. Ted, BLK. I even went over there on X. Oh my goodness. That's because you can smoke over there on X. That was why I was really over there on X. I'm like, y'all, we can smoke and chill. Whew. You can live stream on OnlyFans. Didn't even know. Because I need 50 subscribers. Well, I mean, if you want to go live on your phone, yeah. But if you can go on your computer, if you have a computer, like a little laptop or something like that, you don't need 50 subscribers to go live. I'm just saying, you don't need the 50 for the laptop. You can just go live, and then you got to what's the word? Solicit them 50. I'm talking about, woo. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. People just have no idea. It's rough out here in these YouTube streets. Even YouTube know it. They know it. They definitely know it. And let me tell you something. Whew. Hold on. I gotta. Well, I don't know how to tell you to get them 50 then. I mean, Q-tip now. I was trying to see what was going on. Hold on, give me a second.
So Caroline Levitt, last week, CBS.
How are you supposed to get 50 subscribers? I don't know. It depends. Are you a YouTube shorter? Are you a long video person? Or are you a live streamer? What I typically try to ask people, which lane would you prefer to be in? Do you want to be in the YouTube short category, the long form videos, or the live stream? Obviously you don't need no storage to live stream. Like phone storage capacity and stuff like that to like make the video, edit the video and stuff like that. YouTube short, she got so much going on over there. I haven't even like scratched the surface. The YouTube short got so much going on over there. I could teach a whole class fooling with that YouTube, just a YouTube short, just by itself. I'm talking about it is crazy over there.
News
Let me
did an
see.
interview, and Tony Dokoupil, the new host, did an interview with Donald Trump for CBS News, of course.
Okay.
And this comes, of course, after CBS paid off the administration.
Is it about to be 11 o'clock? It's about to be 12 over here. Eastern Standard Time. Paramount will pay $16 million in settlement. I'm sorry, excuse me. Who is that? Stay on over there, ma'am. She'll be over here trying to copyright me. Paramount will pay $16 million in settlement with Trump over 60 Minutes interview. Which one? The old one? I'm like, I'm not even on that. Know what I'm saying? Keep up. Leave it alone. I don't even. Oh. Hold on. Let me see. Which one am I on? Oh, I was on the wrong tab. At least I thought I was. Man, that is crazy. That old 60-minute interview. Is that? I was finna say specific. Is that Pacific Standard Time? An hour behind. That has to be Pacific, I know. No, I thought Pacific was like 2. What's your time zone? Let me see what's
2024.
Okay, yeah. I was like, this old what now? I'm so tired of hearing about this old interview that he just keep.
An edit of a 60 Minutes piece. It was total bullshit that happened, but they did pay them off after that, and after, of course, the installation of Barry Weiss. So this was not going to be an insanely hard-hitting interview. I think it is safe to say, and it certainly was not.
Okay.
Yet after the interview, here's what
Caroline
Caroline Levitt was caught saying to Tony Dokoupil on tape.
What?
Make sure you guys don't cut the tape. Make sure the interview is out in full.
Yeah, we're doing it. Yeah.
He said if it's not out in full, we'll see your ass off.
Oh.
So first of all, I have.
Well, he did tell you to put the whole tape out, or else. What did she say? He'll sue your ass off. Oh, well, guess you gotta learn how to follow directions, because he did tell you, don't cut nothing out.
Staffed dozens, hundreds, thousands. I have no idea how many interviews in my life.
Okay.
Including with all these same broadcasts.
This is Jen Psaki.
That is never
Gotta miss that Jen.
conversation I have ever heard, I've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
I don't even think has been possible before the Trump era that we're living in.
Child, listen. He told you, make sure you put the whole interview out, or I'll sue your ass off. Well, I guess that's what you get. We ain't seen DC in a minute. I had just asked about her. I'm like, did you get a cease and desist as well? Cause I ain't heard nothing. Sneako. Who tried to break Luigi Mangione out of jail? I'm like, is it that serious? Let me see. That's because we know that them text messages was. I tried to get through this interview. I just can't. It be like that sometimes. It be like that. But what I did hear, I did get an email confirmation that the ring light is in the mail. Well, it'll be in the mail soon. Let me just put it that way. I heard back from the manufacturers. Let me see what Niecy talking about real quick.
The
And then
first
I'm finna get
ingredient
ready to
in
get up
Dove
off of here.
full body deodorant
I
is
have to
alcohol.
finish.
Alcohol is
Settle down. I don't know what happened. Cause I got a take two, and I'm trying to figure out why. Hold on, just a second. Let me exit out of there. I don't know why it keeps showing this. I really don't. Let me change it and see if that'll okay. I don't know what was going on with it on take two. She just wasn't changing it. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and edit. I think I got all the way up to season 2, episode 7. Episode 1 did drop today. I premiered it at 6. I have okay, so I have 3 episode 1s. I hope that sounds right. I have 3 different episode 1s for Homeless in Atlanta, right? I'm doing this series, Homeless in Atlanta. I'm talking about my homeless journey, right? I dropped episode 1 today. Now, this was edited off of Clips. There's an app. It's called Clips. I became aware of it when I became an Apple person, where you can edit videos. Real simple, real basic, simple. It don't get no simpler than that. They obviously can use just some basic upgrades as far as, say, if you wanted to trim your clips and you wanted all your clips to be 3 seconds. Their default is 3 seconds. So say if you wanted all of them to be, let's just say 5 seconds or 7 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever, right? They should have a feature where you can be like apply to all, and then all your clips will just be the same. If not, you'll have to like manually adjust them, like each one, like a picture. If you import a picture, it's gonna automatically become 3 seconds, and so you'll have to adjust it. It's a very tedious process trying to but anyway. I thought it didn't stop. It didn't stop. It didn't it was the microphone trying to record with the screen recording, and then Just thinking about it now, I can only laugh because you know how you have to laugh from crying because it was just so exhausting. Turn, every turn I took, it was just boom, obstacle here, boom, obstacle there, boom. And so now I'm getting, I'm getting down to the editing. And now I edit on Clips. I always use Clips. And some way, somehow, I convinced myself, hey, let's use iMovie. I've used iMovie before, but to my defense, I only used iMovie on my iPad Pro, to be exact. And I used it because I was doing a voiceover, and this was like sometime like last year. It was my first time ever doing like a voiceover because I had to I think it was a picture and a video. Like I had to do that feature. Child, it was some over there in adult entertainment world. I had to I had to get some audio and had to get some, ooh, that was a lot. Anyway, so I've used iMovie before, but I've only used it on my iPad. So I convinced myself, oh, let's try to use iMovie. Let's try to use it on my computer. And so when I was on live last time, I literally showed it. I was like, oh, yes. I have it. Look, let me pull it up so you can see what I had to go through because I didn't even like, it didn't even dawn on me until I got off. Like, it didn't dawn on me until, now hold on, let me cue you in. Let me find where your people at. Hold on, let me go back to take two real quick. So that way, yeah, get out of the way, because you ain't even, let me see, okay, it's here, I got it, okay. Hold on, let me edit it real quick, because she full screen, give me a second. Tone it down. I was on here, and I was like, oh no, I edited already, I just haven't, but what I forgot to say was, that was the hold up. That was what was holding me up because this ain't even, let me go to it. Let me go to it. Hold on, let me see if I can go back to projects real quick. No. I'm not trying to, I don't even want to I think this is what number is this? I believe that this was also number 1 as well. Okay. Let me, if I ain't deleted it, because I probably deleted it more than likely. Okay, no, this is it. All right. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure that you are here. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. And then let me see if I can minimize it on my side so I can. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Hold on, where you at? No, I'm trying to pull you up. Okay. So, as you can see, right? You see it's turned landscape, right? What ended up happening was, when I tried to turn it around, I'm not able to get it full screen. I can fit it. Ken Burns is obviously just going to scroll, right? So now let me put the mute on real quick. So say if I pull it full screen, right? You can see that's how it looks. And I kept trying to figure out, like, why won't it fit the screen? And then what I realized, okay, If I turn it sideways, it goes full screen. And I'm like, see, like full screen. But I'm trying to figure out why it won't go full screen for, you know, the right side, straight, portrait. So this is technically number 3 of I'm trying to make sure I say it correctly. This is episode 1. And just so we're clear, this is the 3rd time that I have recorded episode 1. This is the 3rd time that I've recorded it. Now, what I was doing in this particular episode, if you see right here, let me scroll back. Don't move it, just scroll back. When I scroll back down here, you can see the words on the screen. It's not a transcript. I was just talking. That literally says talking during the movie. Let me scroll back. Look. Oh my goodness. Let me scroll back. It was really funny because if I laugh while I'm editing something, I know it's really funny. Only when I make myself laugh, I'm like, I must be pretty funny, huh? so let me see. Hold on. And then wait, oh my goodness, my head's starting to hurt just thinking about it. And then I'm editing this version. And I get all the way to the end. I'm trying to play it back. I'm trying to listen to it, and then I realized it was pausing. And that's when I went down this rabbit hole of, wait, why is it still pausing? And then that's when I learned that if you press the button, the status bar at the top, it pauses the video. And then you have to you have to remove the status bar, which is technically just tap the status bar, and the status bar will remove itself, and then it'll unpause. And I had no idea. And so I had just been going through it, Lord. I really have. I really have. And so this was, like I said, this was the 3rd time that I recorded part 1. Episode 1. I have to use the correct word. This was the 3rd time that I recorded episode 1. So exhausted. But I liked it because look, I was talking during it. So I'm gonna end up, don't worry. I'm going to end up recording this. I'm gonna end up uploading this one. I'm gonna leave it just like this. I'm gonna leave it just like that. And I'll just, I don't know. I'm gonna call it bonus or something. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. But at some point I just had to tell myself, okay, the resilience will start to kick in. It will just naturally kick in. And so I just had to tell myself, okay, don't worry, just keep going, it's okay, just keep going, breathe, and just keep going. Because even if I save the video like this, because I was like, well, if I airdrop it back to my phone, I can always turn the video right side up. If I save it like this with the captions that I put at the bottom. I was like, I can always change it. But then I realized if I change it when I get to my phone, which I can technically do, the words are gonna be all the way over here. Cause the words are gonna change with the I was like, you know what? I'm over it. Because when I tried to record episode 1, and not try, when I did record episode 1 for the very first time, the mic was muted. And then when I tried to record it for the second time, the video kept like time lapsing. And it was like another feature. It wasn't even the pause button at that point. It was like another feature over in settings and content and restrictions or something over there in screen time. It was some over there, like deep in the settings. And then I found out about when I tapped the button and pause and stuff like that. And so then we got into the editing malfunctions. So I was like, don't use clips. Don't use iMovie, just stick to clips. And so luckily I was able to get episode 1 out. I did upload, so I have 2 episode 1s, right? One of them I'm using the cartoon filter, this filter here. I'm using it. Oh my goodness, there's people talking in the chat. I'm so sorry. So hi, what you drinking? Child, I had went to Goodfellas and got me some pizza. And that's a Sprite, which I'm not supposed to be drinking. Trust me, I'm not supposed to be drinking a Sprite. It's gonna be a bump somewhere in the morning when I wake up. I was cheating on my diet today. I was just cheating. It'd be like that sometimes. But and then the other version, I'm not actually using a filter. It's just me talking on the camera. No filter. I call it a filter, but it's technically in effect. But tomato, whatever. So when I tell you, and now I have to get episode 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 edited, which is a part of season 1. And then I have episode 7 as well, but 7 is a part of season 2. So I do have some work to do, obviously. I still have some editing to do, which is one of those things that I can't. I'll get it, obviously, because I use clips. And let me tell you something. Ooh. Child, just make it simple for me, honey, please. I can't do all of that. But I like to learn new things and new features and stuff. Look, we have transitions over here, which is super great. Come on. Who doesn't like a good transition? Oh, we got sound effects over here that we can add. I'm talking about, what do you mean? Like we got titles. They have their own features and stuff. Then you can add different, that's the audio. The different sound effects, going through all these sound effects. That was super cool. I learned a lot over here and stuff like that. I can't fake it like I didn't. I just couldn't get it. Like I couldn't I don't know what happened. I was like, I don't know what ended up happening. I tried so hard to like, and I even thought to myself, oh, well, maybe I could send it to my phone and just turn it upside down or turn it right side up when it gets to my phone. That's going to not only just change the words and have the words over here on the side, it's going to change the whole, you know what I mean? I just leave it alone. I don't be want to overwhelm myself because I'm like, I know if I go take it to Clips, oh, she's so simple. Oh, it don't get no simpler than that. But let me see what's going on with this time. I'm at an hour. I feel like that should be good for me. Listen, I have some editing to do. I have this 6 videos that I need to edit. I need to get uploaded. And then I have to figure out like a schedule. You know, because you can schedule them to like Premiere. But I'm trying to figure out, shall we do like 2 a week? Shall we do 1 a week? I'm not necessarily sure. And then, of course, I got a few minutes. I might as well go ahead and record episode 8, season 2. Because I usually either pre-record a video before I come on or after I come on. And don't worry, I keep the you know I wear the same clothes every day. Listen, don't worry about if I took a bath, mind your business, okay? Either I take a bath for the month or I take a bath for the week. Hey, mind your business, okay? Just mind your business. I don't like to waste water. Okay? Thank you very much. But I do wear the same clothes. Obviously. Because I'm humble. Okay? And I've been homeless before. Something you might not never know nothing about. Something you might not never know anything about. I don't know. Okay, the computer's charging. So the only difference is when I'm recording, I just put my bonnet on. See, it's different. I'm like, at least I jazzy it up, you know, spicy it up a little bit. So I'm about to get ready to record episode 8 of season 2. I don't want to recap because then I have to recap it twice. So I'm gonna just keep my recap to myself. It's been amazing spending this little, you know, time here. Oh my goodness! Please get back on the charger, Lord, because these AirPods are not charged. I set them right here for a reason. Charge me. Hello. Don't forget that. You right. Here you go. Get on back. Technically, you can just use the computer. You ain't even got to do all that. Just use the computer, honey, and charge. You're good. There you go. Okay. Put that up. Oh, that pizza, honey, be sitting back. Anyway. I do have to quench myself before I get to talking. We should be used to this by now. But in the meantime, in between time, listen, I appreciate you stopping by, of course. I definitely appreciate everybody, you know, who tapped in and hit the thumbs up. Man, shout out to Ghostly Tay for coming in and talking to me in the chat. She just have no idea. Or he, I don't know. Tay. I think it's a dude. Sorry. I just assumed that it was a chick. My bad. I apologize. I didn't mean to jump the gun there. I could have asked. I think I was maybe just assuming. But shout out to Ghostly Tay for coming in and speaking to me and stuff like that, hitting the thumbs up, you know what I mean? Hitting the hearts and the engagements and stuff. I do appreciate it, man. It's hard out here in these YouTube streets. You really don't understand. And I really couldn't tell you how to get 50 subscribers, especially if you're trying to go. You probably have to ask your people on TikTok. If you're over there on Instagram, like, hey, listen, I'm trying to live stream. Can you sub up? I mean, I'm trying to remember if I subscribed. If not, I'll just subscribe when I get off. I'll hit the subscribe button when I get off. Hold on, let me see. 'Cause I really couldn't tell you. Child, I can be live streaming on here for 3 hours and get 0 subscribers. I'm like, you know it's hard out here for a pimp. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. I'm trying to see. Okay, let me go find you. Relax. Ooh. I feel like I tried to look you up one time and like somebody else came up. Or it was like somebody else. Like, see what I mean? There's like 2, 3 of them. Like, oh, okay, is that? I can't, like, I feel like I had looked you up. Or I felt like I had subscribed already. Oh, there it is. Okay, no, I got you. Okay, all right. 49 subscribers. Did I just make it 49? Hold on, let me see. Look, I'm like, did I just make it 49? Okay. I don't know who channel I was on. Hold on, let me see. You know it's hard out here for. See, why I can't find you now? I just hold on. Give me a second. Just give me a second. Let me see. There it is. Subscribe. Oh. Okay, so this channel was already subscribed. I said that. I was like, I thought I had already subscribed. I did. Okay. But I just subscribed. Oh, okay. 49 subscribers. You know it's hard out here for a hand. Let me see. I know. I don't even know how I missed the premiere. I missed my. What is? I don't know what she got going on. I don't. It's stuck in my head now. As you can see, I can't even stop singing it, even if I wanted it to. Oh, there it is. Let me see. I believe somebody has 50 subscribers now. I believe somebody has 50 subscribers now. Shout out to you. You can go live now. You can go live now. You can go live. You can go live now. Type shit. In the meantime, in between time. Okay, love you, bye. Okay.